So this was a fun experimental build right here for this redwood raised bed that I got for my sister for Christmas. I got the wood, cut it up. I'm going to show you what I did that was a little bit interesting and fun here and tell you why I did some of these things. So I used redwood because it rots a little bit slower, so it'll be more resilient, stand the test of time a little bit better, and it's super purdy. And I could have used this fencing material that's a little bit thinner, like 3/4, rather than using these 2x4s, but I wanted this thing to just be like super rock solid sturdy. So one other thing I wanted to do was, instead of having the little squares be inside, I felt like I wanted to just integrate them into the actual size of the bed just for fun. So in order to do that, I ripped a piece of these 2x4 about in half, a little bit less, maybe probably about in half, and then used those for the legs, and I ran a long 6.5-inch bolt, not quite a lag bolt, but a nice bolt through there. So I drilled a long hole, and the hole, so instead of having screws going in from that side and that side holding both these pieces of wood, it's just one screw going through all three things. So this bed, it actually worked out pretty good. Not all the screws set all the way, but enough of them did. This thing is rock solid. And then in order to create a base to hold this, I added one more piece on the bottom right here, flat here. Let's get over there and look at it. And I notched it out around the leg right there, screwed it up from the bottom. Then I cut these, placed them in here, drilled some holes so that there'd be extra drainage because roots love that air, and I just nailed them in there because the weight of the soil is going to be on this and they're pretty tight in there, so I figured it wouldn't be important to screw that down and fasten it more. And I sanded it all nice and smooth so that when you're working in this you never get chipped or anything. And I also feel like that helps it resist, because that's where things will come in and start trying to rot it. I'm gonna leave it up to them if they want to stain it or do anything else with it, because I feel like I've already done enough. But yeah, there she is. Let's take a 360. I didn't do a perfect job. I built this on the ground. It's very not level here, so I could have done better if I had used the table. You'd see where there was a little bit of spacing in there, so it wasn't perfect, but I do like the way that the build came out. And it was fun to just experiment with something. And this thing is super sturdy. I could sit in there, I could hang out, climb on it. So once it gets on some level ground, it'll stop rocking, and then it's golden. God, that's some pretty wood.